Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Your Lord of Penny. Say hi, Satsu.
Hi, Satsu.
And I am your Lord of Pain, the ranting monkey. Hi, monkey. How you guys doing tonight? Satsu, how you been, man?
I am good, but I would be great if I could access the chat.
Oh, you can't get chat up?
I went to your page where the premiere or the stream was supposed to be starting, and I didn't have access to the chat for quite some time. I just refreshed and it popped up now, but
Oh, I was going to lie to you about what nice things they were saying about you. I guess that's not going to work. Scribbles, how you doing, man?
Well, I pulled a Weibo today and I cut my finger.
Okay.
That is the entirety of my day. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I was doing my duty as a planeteer, and I was taking the little plastic rings off of the Dr. Pepper 6-pack and cutting them so they wouldn't like choke seagulls off in the dump somewhere.
Seagulls are assholes. It's okay.
Well, anyway, so I was trying, or fish, or turtles. You've seen those pictures of like turtles that like grow around the things. Anyway, so I was snipping those off and making sure they were, and then on the last one, I don't know, I just wasn't paying attention or whatever, and I nicked the side of my fingertip, and it started bleeding, and it wasn't fun, and now I got a big Band-Aid on it.
Is it a Peppa Pig Band-Aid? You don't have those?
Can you hear the look on my face right now?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, a Peppa Pig Band-Aid makes it feel
better. Peppa Pig
better.
Band-Aid sounds like the most unsanitary thing ever, because I would assume it's made out of muddy puddles.
No, it just has them splashed on top.
Yeah, okay. That sounds gross. Anyway.
Yeah,
that's my day. How are you, Monkey?
I'm in ways we're not going to talk about because it's not fun. So we're just going to move on from that crap.
Well, wait. What about what was happening just before we started the stream?
That's what I was going to move on to.
All right. Spoiler alert.
I got to spend probably just a full hour and a half by myself, basically, with the baby. There were other people in the house because, that needs to happen. But grandma was off in the kitchen doing stuff, and parents were downstairs doing stuff. Me and the baby just playing, and we had so much fun. And apparently her mama brought her down just before showtime because she was cranky upstairs, so they brought her down to see me. And as soon as she saw me, she just smiled real big.
Oh.
We keep having problems. If I go upstairs and they're trying to do anything with her, she won't pay attention to them. Like trying to feed her. Her dad was feeding her today, and she was eating, but the whole time she was staring at me. Like, that's my girl. She loves me. Kids, they're awesome. Scribe Light won a trade. I smashed my thumb with a 5-pound dead blow hammer. Holy shit.
Why did you do that, Celtic Mandalore? Why would you do that to yourself?
That seems a bad thing to do. On a scale from 1 to don't do that, that's definitely a don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
I'd punch a seagull right in its ugly face. That's what I'm saying. Nothing for you here.
Jesus.
And as for those turtles, I don't know if you've noticed, but that's how they get an hourglass figure.
Oh.
What?
That's horrible.
True. It's true.
It is, but it's horrible.
Do you think other turtles look at those guys and go, how'd you do that? I want to do that. I'm going to have plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery.
I don't think he meant to do that.
No, I don't think he did, but that's great.
Why do you guys not think I'm clever? I hate this.
Because you're not.
Yes, I accidentally say clever stuff all the time.
Accidentally is the key word.
I'm the accidental clever assist.
Yeah.
Accidental wit assist.
Clever assist?
Clever assist. Monkey, please play, I don't even know how you say that. Sekiro, is that how you say that? Sekiro.
Shadows die twice.
Oh,
it's Dark Souls, the samurai version, apparently.
It kind of is, but I'm the only reason I'm not breaking my neck to get it is because the whole game kind of hinges on one game mechanic that I never use in the Souls game, and that's parrying. I never, ever parry in Dark Souls. None of them. Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Bloodborne I did a little bit more, but this game that's its major mechanic. Like, that is the way you play, is to parry. And I'm just like, yeah.
Well, I never parry, but sometimes I do parry Mason.
All right, then.
No, you didn't.
He did.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Smash that like button, guys, and share our stuff because we're awesome. If you don't believe me, ask my granddaughters. They will both tell you we're awesome. So share our stuff. Do it. Or turtles die. That's what happens when you don't support us. Turtles actually die. They die of lack of support.
Damn.
Scribbles, what do we have for news today?
Apparently, I make dumb jokes.
What? Who? Yes.
Yeah,
So
Pat says needed work, and it's like, hey, at least I came up with something, and I bet none of you saw that coming. So,
yeah,
take that, people who don't even know who Perry Mason is. Anyway, it's another potpourri day. So, Monkey, are you ready for your categories?
I am definitely ready for my categories.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna try. Let's see. We were talking about hair bands before the show started. Let's see if I can do this in song titles. Yeah. Okay. How about so your first category is "Living on a Prayer."
Okay.
Your second category is the only thing I can think of is "Hot for Teacher," but it's so abstract.
Okay.
Your third category is shit, I can't think of a song title for that. I'm sure there's got to be a song title about a broken heart, right?
Oh, there's tons.
Yeah. What's a good hair band song title?
Achy breaky heart.
Oh, fuck you. Well, wait. That would be a hair band, kind of. You're talking about a mullet.
It's a mullet band.
All right, Achy Breaky Heart. And lastly, Jussie Smollett.
I feel like with the build-up, we need Achy Breaky Heart first.
Okay, you want Achy Breaky Heart? All right.
Owner of a Broken Heart. Good job, Pat.
Owner. No, that's Owner of a Lonely Heart.
Lonely Heart, but they switch between them in the actual singing of it.
Anyway, that's true. All right. Beto O'Rourke says nation's political hierarchy must be broken apart at his first rally in El Paso.
Okay.
Beto, you're running for president and you want the political hierarchy broken apart?
Well, don't you see? By installing a rich white man into the presidency, we will be changing everything.
Yeah. Let's see. Blocks from the Mexican border. Beto O'Rourke on Saturday cast the United States as being on the brink of becoming a, quote, democracy in name only.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah, well, Beto, you would be correct given the fact that we're we're a representative republic, but whatever.
Oh boy,
that's a quote, by the way. That wasn't like the author taking liberties. That was a quote.
That is fascinating.
On the brink of becoming a democracy in name only, and his hometown as an example of the nation's way forward. El Paso is an example of the nation's way forward. Okay. Quote, this extraordinary, unprecedented concentration of wealth and power and privilege must be broken apart, and opportunity must be shared with all. Oh, shit, son. He's got a vote socialist now.
That's commie. That is flat out communist. He was on a roll. He was doing a tweet storm after this rally, or maybe it was right before, during Monkey in the Morning this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, and some of the things that he actually suggested, without outright saying it, that abortion should be provided free for women. I'm not making that up.
Paid for by the government?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good luck.
Part of universal health care. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Let's see. That was at his first large rally of his presidential campaign. Speaking Spanish, he said he would fight for a country in which gender, ethnicity, and a family's time in the United States are not barriers to voting and economic participation. Wait. okay, setting aside the time in the United States part, at present, how is gender and ethnicity a barrier to voting and economic participation?
Hold that thought. Tall person, thank you. I'm way too drunk and happy right now. Can you insult me to bring balance or just cuz? I don't care. I've got a short attention span right now. What was I asking again?
Who said that?
I don't remember. Look, tall person.
Oh,
I'm
tall
going
person. Oh, insult you? Tall person. I looked you up on Tinder and your name is a lie.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, ouch.
You see that verification now? They got your ass.
That was it. That was my reference. I made that reference. I did that.
There you go.
I clarified it.
No. Okay, where was I?
So
yeah, go ahead.
You can't vote if you're the wrong race?
Yeah, he said, okay, he said he would fight for a country, I'm wondering which country at this point, in which gender, ethnicity, and a family's time in the United States are not barriers to voting and economic participation.
Wait. So if somebody comes in tomorrow, they should be allowed to vote?
Yeah.
I mean...
Now, if they become citizens...
Right, if you're a citizen and you're of age, sure, but I don't understand this whole... okay, Beto. I know what he's getting at, but he's not making any sense regardless.
How dare illegals not be allowed to vote, even though they've lived here for a decade? Damn it.
The former Texas congressman launched his bid for the 2020 Democratic nomination 2 weeks ago. Back in his home state after a tour of the early voting states and the upper Midwest, O'Rourke held his first large public rallies Saturday, starting in El Paso, where police said a crowd of 1,000 to 2,000 had gathered, with thousands more expected in Houston and Austin later in the day. Saturday's first event was billed by his campaign as its official kickoff, with more than 1,000 launch parties planned across the country. Its staging at an intersection dotted by local businesses on El Paso Street was designed to play up O'Rourke's status as the only candidate in the 2020 Democratic field who hails from a border city. Okay. In her introduction, Democratic Representative Veronica Escobar, I did a video on her, or where she was the speaker. Oh boy, I'll have to repost that. I recognize her name, who holds O'Rourke's former seat in Congress, called El Paso, quote, the capital of the border, the new Ellis Island, unquote.
The capital of the border.
Okay, El Paso is literally on the other side of the border from Ciudad Juarez, one of the most dangerous cities on the border with Mexico.
But this is never mind.
Yeah.
Beto, you're a dumbass.
O'Rourke's wife, Amy, described him on their first date as, quote, trying to change my life's course and get me to give El Paso a shot, unquote.
That was your first date?
Your first date was him being, what, the Chamber of Commerce for El Paso? Or the tourism board or something? Yeah, nothing says romance like, hey, have you seen the sights of El Paso? O'Rourke, who drew thousands to a march and rally to counter President Donald Trump's visit to El Paso earlier this year.
Hundreds.
It said thousands, monkey.
Thank you, Diesel Dave. Donation without a comment. I appreciate it, sir.
Argued that the city's success undercuts Trump's rhetoric. Quote, we are safe because we are a city of immigrants and asylum seekers, or because you have a long wall on your border. I don't know. We have learned not to fear our differences, but to respect and embrace them. We see the languages spoken in this community, the traditions and cultures as a strength for El Paso. Great. Are they all supposed to be there? O'Rourke pointed to the international bridge between El Paso and Ciudad Juarez, just blocks down the street, where he had this week visited asylum seekers being detained there. Quote, they are our fellow human beings and deserve to be treated like our fellow human beings, he said. Until now, O'Rourke had stuck to smaller events in coffee shops, bars, and college quads, spending most of his time fielding questions from the audience. On Saturday, transitioning between English and Spanish, he laid out his own vision. Oh boy. He cast the United States as driven by, quote, gross differences in opportunity and outcome, unquote, in education, economic advancement, and criminal justice. He sought to set the terms of the 2020 presidential election as one in which voters must, quote, free our institutions of our capture and corruption, unquote, and told the crowd it didn't matter who people had voted for in the previous election. Quote, for too long in this country, okay, I really want to pause here. I want you to imagine what you know of Beto O'Rourke right now before I restart this sentence, okay?
Okay.
For too long in this country, the powerful have maintained their privilege at the expense of the powerless. They have used fear and division in the same way that our current president uses fear and division, based on the differences between us of race, of ethnicity, of geography or religion, to keep us apart, to make us angry, to make us afraid of ourselves and one another, O'Rourke said, without using Trump's name. How much money does he have personally?
He's a very wealthy man. Well, especially after marrying. He was wealthy to begin with, then he married a very wealthy woman.
And didn't he say that he has white privilege?
Yes.
And
he apologized for his white privilege.
Yeah, and isn't he running for the highest office in the land?
Yes.
So for too long in this country, the powerful have maintained their privilege. Blah, 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 blah. I really, I said it before, I really, 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 really want somebody at some town hall meeting that he goes to ask him, you recently, articulated the fact that you have white privilege. And you enjoyed white privilege in your past interactions with police officers and things like that. Given that fact, how can anything in your personal curriculum vitae be taken seriously rather than being seen as simply a result of your white privilege?
Yeah, Faithless says, is he not a millionaire married to a billionaire heiress? Yes, he is. Real quick, thank you, Diesel Dave. I guess I get 2 of those for free every month. I'm not sure what the donation with no message.
Yeah, the super chats over there.
That's weird. And over on the Streamlabs, Not Shio says, I've written a book called My Permanently Exposed Penis. It's out now. We have a birthday. I don't know if you have anything else to say about Beto, walking.
I just wanted to encourage anybody listening, on the off chance that you attend a town hall meeting where Beto O'Rourke is there and you have the opportunity to ask a question, please, please, please pose that question to him. I am dying for once to have somebody who confesses their white privilege actually have it asked of them, how are you then legitimate in any way, shape, or form? Really, please.
I would rather know why, if he's got all this privilege and acknowledges it, he's trying to use it to become president.
Mm-hmm. Because, Monkey, for too long, the powerful and the privileged, blah, 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 blah.
Michael Hatfield has a birthday, and he's asked that we sing for him, which you didn't have to do. You just had to say it was your birthday.
I can't. I'm a McCoy.
Because I see what you did there. I would sing anyway. Michael, what? I like to sing.
Yeah.
I do. I was singing Girls, Girls, Girls not long ago.
Sing like Motley Crue then. Sing Happy Birthday as Motley Crue.
Oh, no, I can't do that high pitch of a voice. There's a couple of rock singers like that. He's one, Perry from Journey. They just have that voice that not many people can recreate. And I would not dare offend. But what I will do, Michael Hatfield, is sing to you for your birthday. So this one is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
No, thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Didn't sign up for this.
Happy birthday, dear Michael.
Oh, look, Antifa's throwing shit at people on Twitter.
Happy birthday to you.
Don't stop aging.
Happy birthday, sir. It's amazing I can do that as a smoker and a asthmatic. I hope you had a great birthday. I really do, man. Birthdays are awesome. Those are the days people remind us that they're happy we're alive. I'm just saying. So next, let's get old Smully out of the way.
Okay. So to add to, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this because this does technically become a conspiracy theory.
Oh, okay.
But Michelle Obama's ex-top aide texted the Jussie Smollett prosecutor early in the case. Some want that investigated.
Well, I have no problem with that being investigated.
Didn't we hear about that before?
No. Well, maybe.
Yeah, we heard that there were friendships with the Obamas with some of the people in the background. I don't remember hearing that there was actual communication directly before.
Something that I read said that there was evidence that there was a direct communication between them during it. I have to find it.
Tina Titchens, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Tina Titchens' longtime friend wasn't surprised the former Obama administration aide helped connect Jussie Smollett's family with a top Illinois prosecutor. Weeks before a grand jury indicted Smollett on the theory he falsely reported being the victim of a hate crime, relatives of the actor, who is black and gay, had expressed to Titchen, quote, concerns about the investigation, unquote, by Chicago police. Getting the right person to take those sorts of concerns seriously has been a hallmark of Titchen's career, highlighted by a stint as then First Lady Michelle Obama's chief of staff, and now by her work leading a probe of workplace culture at the Southern Poverty Law Center. Quote, long before Black Lives Matter, long before Time's Up, long before #MeToo, we were aware of how difficult it is to be believed as a woman, as a gay, as a black, Titchen's friend Marilyn Katz said. Quote, our whole lives have taught us that lesson, unquote.
The only thing I've taken from this story is that from now on, when somebody says my name, I want who is white and heterosexual said afterwards.
We are aware how difficult it is to be believed as a woman. No. It's difficult to be believed as Jussie Smollett. That's it. It's got fuck all to do with. I didn't even heard of the guy before this thing happened. I had no idea what he did in his free time. But the whole story was bullshit from the moment I heard it.
Non vitae rex, I think is how you say that. Question: what do we do with our fellow humans when they break the law? So sick of this my humanity argument for letting people get away with shit. Oh, you're talking about crossing the border illegally? We detain them or kick them the fuck out. That's what we should do. No, we let them vote is what the old rich white guy who's trying to get power so he can stop rich white guys from getting power says.
I can't wait for him to become president, and then his first act is to dismantle the United States government.
Yes.
Because that's apparently what he's... Anyway. But the involvement of Titchen, a Harvard graduate who earned her law degree from Northwestern University, in the Smollett case has sparked accusations of favoritism, particularly after the Office of Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx this week dropped 16 felony charges of disorderly conduct against Smollett. In exchange, he agreed to forfeit his $10,000 bail and complete community service. Actually, he'd already completed the community service before all this happened, and they just sort of counted it. So he didn't actually have to do anything in relation to this. Titchen, 63, said her contact with Fox on behalf of Smollett's family was not intended to influence the case's outcome.
Really?
Quote, I know members of the Smollett family based on prior work together, she said this week in a statement. Quote, shortly after Mr. Smollett reported he was attacked, as a family friend, I contacted Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx, who I also know from prior work together. My sole activity was to put the chief prosecutor in the case in touch with an alleged victim's family who had concerns about how the investigation was being characterized in public. Unquote.
Oh, really?
That explanation, however, hasn't quieted calls for investigations into whether Smollett got off easy because of his fame and well-placed connections, perhaps including Titchen. Smollett's camp denies the claims. Titchen did not respond beyond her statement to CNN's request for comment. Do they have the actual text?
Well, speaking of that, my white privilege is trending. Obviously, we're going to get to that in a moment. But the one I just scrolled past says, My white privilege is being indicted for 16 felony charges and being able to walk away a free man with all the charges dropped. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I just saw that too. Look, something happened here. I'm sorry. I do not believe that they re-looked at this one. No, this was a major case. This was something happened here. Somebody pulled a string somewhere. Was it this lady? I don't know, but check it out. They should look. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I'm not going to be convinced that nothing happened until somebody goes to jail. Like, or somebody gets some type of punishment. If everybody involved in this gets off completely, then there is no way, because there was a crime that took place and somebody did it.
Yeah.
So for nobody to be arrested at all, like everybody's just off the hook. No, I'm not buying it.
Here's the details of the conversation or the exchanges. Tetchen reached out to Fox just 3 days after the attack report, according to text and email messages obtained by CNN through a public records request. She wrote that the family had, quote, concerns about the investigation. Fox emailed Tetchen later that day saying, in part, quote, spoke to the police superintendent, Eddie Johnson. I convinced him to reach out to FBI to ask that they take over the investigation. He is reaching out now and will get back to me shortly, unquote. On that same day, another person, identified by Fox office as a Smollett family friend, texted the prosecutor to ask whether they could talk by phone, the records show. Quote, Tina Tetchen gave me your number, the friend wrote. Hours later, Fox responded by text to the family friend, whose identity is redacted in the public records. Quote, spoke to the superintendent earlier. He made the ask, trying to figure out the logistics. I'll keep you posted, the prosecutor wrote. Quote, oh my God, this would be a huge victory, the family friend responded. Quote, I make no guarantees, but I'm trying, Fox replied. Well, if it was just after the attack, that's long before they started suspecting him officially. So they might have been just trying to make it a federal hate crime.
Could be.
That doesn't sound nearly as suspicious to me than if it was happening like 3 days before the charges were dropped or something.
Right.
So I mean, at the same time, the fact that, you know, they were so close, but that doesn't sound all that suspicious to me if they were trying to get the feds involved and make it officially a hate crime. So,
yeah, if that's the extent of it, I'm with you on that. Moonshot just linked his GoFundMe, guys. If you can help out with that, please do so.
I'd much rather know. You know what I mean? Like, if we can find out for sure if that's what it was, then sure, why not?
Sure. Somebody needs to investigate what happened here, because this is bullshit. Even the bar association's going, this is bullshit. So, yeah.
If that's the timing, though, it doesn't quite line up necessarily. Anyway, you've got Living on a Prayer and, again, for lack of a better phrase, Hot for Teacher.
Let's do Hot for Teacher.
All right. That has nothing to do with hot, nothing to do with teachers per se, but it's the only school song title I could come up with for some reason all of a sudden. Columbine students start campaign to share images of their death if they're killed in gun violence.
Yeah, I saw somebody told us that David Hogg, I think it was this morning I heard about that. Now,
when I read the little thing about it, I thought, okay, I don't want to take, you know, Columbine students for what happened there and everything, but this seems a little bit overdramatic to me.
It's incredibly overdramatic.
I'm trying to be conservative in my.
Okay, you're trying to be nice. It's fucking stupid. That's what it is.
Nearly 20 years after the mass shooting at Columbine High School captured the nation's attention. That's one way of putting it, I guess. Some of the school's current students are using its legacy to combat gun violence. Well, they're not, though. I mean, let's be honest. Their campaign, #MyLastShot. Oh, that's bad. Asks students to put a sticker on their ID or cell phone that indicates their desire for images of their body to be publicized and shared if they are killed as a result of gun violence. Quote, our country has a history of photography affecting real change, the campaign's founder, 17-year-old Kaylee Tyner, told CNN in a phone interview Saturday. Tyner said she was inspired by Emmett Till's death, his legacy, and how that was connected to the painful imagery of his body. Quote, his parents insisted the world see the imagery of his death, she said, adding that the image, quote, exposed the racial divide in our country and helped usher in the civil rights movement, unquote. The campaign encourages advocates to print off and sign the sticker, which reads, quote, in the event that I die from gun violence, please publicize the photo of my death. Hashtag my last shot, unquote. The hope is that even in death, they can be a catalyst for change, using the power of photography to bring attention to the scourge of gun violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you morons.
All right. I'll
Tartanist in chat says, does that include suicide by self-inflicted gunshot? Well, it's funny you should say that because they used the term gun violence. So yes, it would.
You know, I feel like now, just being cynical here, if they do this and they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna grant these kids this powerful message, and a shooting happens immediately after that, I'm not gonna be sure what to think about that.
I got a feeling you're going to be rushed to the hospital before you'll be have a photo taken of you.
This is asinine. There's nothing else to say. Dumb kids, and there's going to be people who are cheering them on for being dumb.
All right, I'll do the last one real quick, the living on a prayer one. This is actually from a couple days ago, but I don't think we talked about it. So if you guys did when I stepped away or something, just tell me. Opening prayer sparks controversy as first Muslim woman sworn into Pennsylvania House.
No.
An opening prayer from a Republican lawmaker at the Pennsylvania State House proclaiming her Christian beliefs has drawn backlash as it took place the same day. The same day? Okay. The first Muslim woman was sworn into the body. During freshman state representative Stephanie Barazik's opening prayer, she repeatedly praised Jesus, heaven forfend, and asked for forgiveness for those who have forgotten him, according to a report from Penn Live. Barazik's, if I'm saying that correctly, prayer drew increased scrutiny because it took place right after the House swore in State Representative Movita Johnson-Harrell, the first Muslim woman to serve in the Pennsylvania House. Johnson-Harrell's family and friends were reportedly in attendance for the swearing-in and the subsequent prayer. Quote, at the name of Jesus, every knee will bow and every tongue will confess Jesus that you are Lord, Barazik said. She also thanked Jesus that President Trump, quote, stands beside Israel unequivocally, unquote. Johnson-Harrell told the Pennsylvania Capital Star that the prayer was, quote, highly offensive to me, my guests, and other members of the House, unquote. Quote, it blatantly represented the Islamophobia that exists among some leaders that are supposed to represent the people, Johnson-Harrell said in a statement to the publication via text message. House Speaker Mike Turzai appeared to attempt to cut off Barazik's as she was near the end of her prayer. Quote, House Minority Whip John Harris told Penn Live in a statement that Barazik's used her religion and the prayer to, quote, intimidate, demean, and degrade Johnson-Harrell. Oh. Quote, let me be clear, I am a Christian. I spend my Sunday mornings in church worshiping and being thankful for all I have, Harris said. But in no way does that mean I would flaunt my religion at those who worship differently than I do. There is no room in our Capitol building for actions such as this, and it's incredibly disappointing that today's opening prayer was so divisive.
Has this never been done before? I mean, because if it's never been done before and they planned it right at this moment, right after, all the shit that they said that happened or whatever, it does seem kind of haha, fuck you guys. But
Pete Dog has it right. She was trolling with a prayer.
Yeah.
Including the part about Trump standing with Israel. That come on. You know what you were doing. You were being a bitch. You were being a bitch.
That's way too calculated. I'm sorry. I mean,
and by the way, Jesus doesn't approve of that. He don't.
Is that taking the Lord's name in vain?
I don't know if it's quite that, but it is definitely
you're so vain.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
again, Get the fuck over it. She was trolling you with a prayer. It didn't hurt you. You're fine. But
I mean,
come on,
either
you
way
being
it
a
go,
cunt.
doesn't her religion kind of tell her that she needs to do that?
All the Abrahamic religions say that.
Yeah, like so.
But no, she was being a wise ass bitch, but at the same time, it's like it was a prayer. You're not harmed. Move on.
Get on with your life, Jesus.
What would the narrative be if this was flipped? If it was after Trump walked in the room or some shit like that, and he left, a whole bunch of Muslims got together and started a prayer or something like that. Do you think somebody pointing out that it was like calculated and disrespectful or something, people be like, get the fuck out of here, that's bullshit, it's not true, you're an Islamophobe because you said that?
Oh, that's what. Yeah, definitely be. You're an Islamophobe for saying it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just
look. This lady was she was trolling for Jesus.
Trolling for Jesus.
Trolling for Jesus. Hashtag trolling for Jesus. It's a cunt move. If you sorry, Christians, this one time I got a bash on you. If you do believe in your religion, what she did there was fucking wrong. It just was. That is not the Jesus way of doing things. Sorry. Anyhow, I'm done. That's all our stories, correct?
That's all I had.
Guys, it's time for hashtag MSS News. If there's a story you'd like us to read or possibly read, send it over to hashtag MSS News on the Twitter machine. We try to get to them all, but we can't because Jesus doesn't want us to. Scribe?
Yeah, because tomorrow I have to rest. This one comes from Frosted Glass. Ocasio-Cortez says Green New Deal critics are making fools of themselves.
Oh, wait, I think I know which one this is.
What?
I think, what is it, 43 Democrats made fools of themselves voting present.
At her request, remember?
At her request. Let's see. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has rounded on her Republican opponents. Rounded? Maybe I don't get the terminology. Accusing them of making, quote, total fools of themselves in criticizing her Green New Deal proposals. The Democratic Congresswoman from New York has come under increasing attack from conservatives over her resolution that calls for a 10-year, quote, national mobilization, unquote, to eliminate greenhouse gases and avert the worst impacts of climate change. Republicans have claimed that the resolution, which contains no actual legislation, is a socialist manifesto which would cause, quote, genocide, unquote. At a rally this week, Donald Trump called the proposal a, quote, extreme $100 trillion government takeover, unquote, which would mean, quote, no more airplanes, no more cows, one car per family, unquote. The Texas Senator Ted Cruz has said the Green New Deal will result in the end of hamburgers. Such assertions have no basis in fact.
Yeah, they do.
Actually, they do. I mean, you can argue whether or not they were made in jest or not, especially the farting cows part. But,
that part, okay.
Yeah. But the actual proposal says that they would end air travel, that they would put regulations on cars.
Well, see, the problem comes still from what was put up on her website and what was quickly changed after people started making fun of it.
Yeah. Such assertions have no basis in fact. The resolution does not call for the elimination of animal agriculture or aviation. The extraordinarily large cost attributed to the plan by Republicans, typically $93 trillion, is also false. Well, that's an estimate based on the proposal to refit every building in the country.
Not just that. This is a part that keeps getting left out. Everybody's backed off of her saying, that you will take care of everyone even if they don't want to work. That is still in the proposal.
Yeah.
Literally taking care of everybody.
Not only that, how can you call it definitively false when she hasn't given a number or a figure that exists? Like, there's no figure or number that exists that she's given at all.
No.
So I don't get that.
Let's see. Ocasio-Cortez said she expected such attacks. Quote, but I didn't expect them to make total fools of themselves, she told MSNBC on Friday. I expected a little more nuance, and I expected a little more concern trolling, unquote, meaning expressions of disingenuous concern.
Oh, she's probably talking specifically about, what's his name doing the
Mitch
seahorse thing.
Yeah, that guy. Okay. Quote, "We need to save ourselves, period," she said. "There will be no livable future for generations coming for any part of the country if we don't address this issue urgently." Quote, "Historically speaking, we have mobilized our country around war. It doesn't need to be this way when the greatest existential challenge we face is climate change. We will have to mobilize our entire economy around saving ourselves and taking care of this planet."
Just the United States.
Just so you know, the planet will be fine.
Yeah.
We might all die off. The planet's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. This one comes from Claxton Bayar. "Man fighting for life after being taken to hospital with chopstick wound."
Eh.
The fuck? How'd you do that?
An Adelaide man was in serious condition after being stabbed in the chest with a plastic chopstick.
Wow.
Police and ambulance officers rushed to an incident in the inner northern suburb of Gilberton this afternoon. They found a 26-year-old man with a chopstick sticking out of his chest. The injured man was treated at the scene before being taken to Royal Adelaide Hospital. He is believed to have suffered life-threatening injuries. He remains in hospital after undergoing emergency surgery. Adelaide detectives are investigating the incident. Well, yeah, I mean, if it like nicked his heart or something, it did something crazy, then yeah. There's a picture of police. I don't know if they're arresting somebody or it's just a picture. The story has a picture, but they don't tell us anything about the details of the story, so I don't know. Anyway, moving on. That's an ad for Diet Coke. Oh, no, I'm not going to read that. This one comes from Thoughts from the Dryer. I'm going to have to click through twice. You got a super chat.
Thank you so much, Non-Vitae Rex. Am I saying that right?
Vitae, yeah.
Vitae, okay. Where's the nuance in "do what I say or everyone is going to die"? Yeah, no shit, right? But you got to, I was just pointing this out on Twitter. I'll just say it on here instead. This is the woman who says she won't change the way she acts and behaves because she's living in a modern society. That's how people live today.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to change until everyone else does, because it's vital that we change.
Let's see. Caravan migrant from viral video arrested on assault charges. Okay. A caravan migrant from Honduras who complained about being given beans to eat during her journey through Mexico is now in a Texas jail facing one charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The woman became the topic of a viral video during her journey. The woman's sister is also facing similar charges, and both have an immigration detainer placed on them, preventing them from bonding out. Jail records from Dallas County Jail revealed that Miriam Zelaya and Myrna Zelaya are both being held in a detention center on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. While jail records do not reveal the details that led to the charge, the news outlet Mundo Hispanico revealed that the two women allegedly beat another woman who was providing them with housing.
Those poor innocent souls.
Here, I'm going to give you a roof over your head. Fuck you! Yeah, let's see. Miriam Zelaya is a member of the much publicized migrant caravan that traveled from Central America to the U.S. border. She became a viral sensation in Mexico in 2018 after she was interviewed at a migrant shelter in Tijuana on TV by the German network DW. During the interview, she complained about being given a plate of beans for food. The woman said she and her daughter were tired from the journey and had been given pig food, or comida de chanchos. I'm probably mispronouncing that. And then she and her sister beat up somebody trying to give them housing. Okay.
You remember how we were told that literally every single human being in that caravan was just a good person looking for a nice place to live?
That's all they're doing, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Insane surveillance video shows strong winds lift man clinging to umbrella into the air.
Oh, let go.
And there's video of this. I'm assuming it's not a special effect. Yeah, he's holding on to this, like, I don't know, grocery store, one of those sort of like umbrellas they put out for people to eat underneath, and he grabs onto it because the wind's coming up, and it literally just lifts off like fucking Mary Poppins. I'll put the link in the chat.
Was it an awning?
No, it's one of those standing, freestanding umbrellas that they have for like patio umbrella type.
Oh, the big boys. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. Surveillance footage captured a Turkish man flying through the air on the base of a patio umbrella after trying to hold it down during severe winds. A storm moved through southern Turkey early this week, bringing strong wind gusts with it. The video is from Turkey's Osmaniye province, probably mispronouncing that. The Daily Sabah, a Turkish news outlet, reported. In the viral video, Kadik Kokadili, probably fucking that up too, along with other bystanders, struggled to secure a large umbrella during heavy gusts. Kokadali steps on the umbrella's base in an effort to keep it in place. Instead, a heavy wind gust lifts him and the umbrella off the ground. Kokadali told reporters that he survived the incident without any injuries.
Holy shit.
I know, it's like, what? he's going back to his home planet. Whoa!
It just took off. Oh my god.
I know, it's crazy.
Wind is racist.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. You guys like ghost stories?
Yes.
All right. Well, Massive Dynamics sends us this one. Michigan parents claim nanny cam captured ghost that left scratches on their baby.
Yeah.
A Michigan couple. Monkey, is this you?
No.
Oh.
But I am laughing because this was on Ghost Poo yesterday, and I just want to point something out when you're done.
Okay. A Michigan couple is worried their home may be haunted after they claim they saw a ghost in their daughter's room that allegedly left scratches on her face. Or the baby rolled over in her crib. Or you two are abusive parents looking to make an excuse. Heather Brow, 30, and Joshua Higgins, 25, a modern couple, told WXYZ they think a ghost is lurking around their Highland, Michigan house after they saw a figure move across the screen on their nanny cam. In the video captured a few weeks ago, a figure appears to be in front of their young daughter Lily's crib. Quote, "It was chilling," Higgins said. "It was literally a chill down your spine." But well, thank you for your redundancy. Like that what if factor. Is that what I just saw? Higgins told the media outlet that when he saw the figure on the nanny cam, he immediately, quote, ran upstairs and grabbed, unquote, his daughter. Brow said her daughter had mysterious scratches on her face and believed the ghost may have harmed her. Quote, "It scares us that it could do something else," Brow said. "I mean, there was a morning I woke up and I felt like someone's hands were around my neck," unquote. Probably your boyfriend's. Paranormal investigators inspected the home, but Higgins' father offered an explanation. Quote, "The gentleman that lived here originally committed suicide, apparently, by jumping out this window, which is 1 story down." That must have been a very lucky fall to kill yourself in a 1-story.
That motherfucker knives all over the ground.
No,
Yeah.
he was in a straight downward position, like head first. He had to be.
The couple said they are hoping to save up enough money so they can move out of the home, which is owned by Higgins' mother. Stay tuned for the GoFundMe oncoming. That's my addition. Now I'm going to look at the little video here because I'm curious to see what they're talking about. Anyway, you go ahead, Monkey.
Well, the video that's attached to this story doesn't actually show it.
Oh, you're right. That's stupid.
The one that Sinatra had pulled up had it, and my thought when I saw this is, oh, that's her boyfriend, not her the man of the story, but her boyfriend.
But she's having the affair with.
I think she's having an affair, and this guy saw a strange man walk because it looks like a strange dude walking through the room. I'm like,
find this video. Oh, there it is. Let's see.
It looks like a dude walked through the room.
Let's see.
I'm saying he saw who's that dude in my house, and he ran upstairs like, was there a man just here? And his wife like, that was a ghost, baby. That was a ghost you were seeing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, the father in this thing looks like a lumberjack, and mom looks like a wide-eyed. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I don't think it was a ghost.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's rough. Let's see. This one comes from Froggy. Face-biting suspect believed he was, quote, half man, half dog when he killed couple, doctor says. Is that Dr. Phil? A forensic psychologist says a former college student believed he was, quote, half dog, half man, unquote, when he fatally attacked a man and woman at their home and was found biting one of their faces. The Palm Beach Post reports Dr. Philip Resnick made the conclusion in a 30... Wait, so it is Dr. Phil?
I thought Dr. Phil was Dr. Phil McGraw or something like that.
Yeah, but...
That does look like him in the picture.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Is that Dr. Phil? It is a doctor. It is a Dr. Phil. It's probably not the Dr. Phil. The Palm Beach Post reports Dr. Philip Resnick made the conclusion on a 38-page mental health report released this week by the Martin County State's Attorney's Office. Investigators say they found Austin Haruff, now 22, biting John Stevens' face while making growling noises on August 15th, 2016. Resnick's report says the fact that Haruff persisted in biting Stevens, quote, in the presence of police officers, in spite of threats of being shot, being tased, and receiving multiple kicks to the head, suggests that Mr. Haruff was actively psychotic. Let's see. In a 2017 interview with Dr. Phil McGraw, okay, so two Dr. Phils, Haruff said he, quote, never planned it and didn't want to do it. Haruff's hospital bed interview told Dr. Phil he couldn't explain the attack. I don't know, he said. If I did, I would tell you. Yeah, well, either way, lock him up forever because he can't be trusted. Either way.
Look, he may be insane, he may not, but either way, put him behind bars because he's a danger.
Let's see.
And he killed two people.
We talked about that one yesterday. We talked about that one. What? Okay. This one comes from David Schoen, or Jedi Ghost Bear. Avengers Endgame Russian poster puts Black Widow front and center.
Okay.
The former Soviet assassin, who will be getting her own standalone film, is at the center of the Russian Avengers Endgame poster. I'd say that Iron Man's at the center of that poster.
He is. She's just down front.
Yeah, she's in front, but he's the center.
Your eye is immediately drawn to him.
Yeah, if you look at the actual poster, he is this. Look at the surrounding images. They're basically like straight line shards of glass. They're all pointing directly inward to the center.
Well, Scribe, here's a little exercise.
Oh,
remember the narrative.
Yes.
Close your eyes.
Well,
and look at it again.
I don't know what the narrative is other than Scarlett Johansson's not Russian, but she's going to be playing a Russian spy. That's a marrow washing something. I don't know.
Who knows?
And let's say, who cares if it is?
Oh, is this breaking news? This might be breaking news or kind of breaking news. Okay, well, I think we'll end with this because we're just about there. This comes from Circus Zero. Is this true? Jussie Smollett loses NAACP award, skips out on awards dinner.
Yes, actually, this happened last night.
Oh, I see. Empire actor Jussie Smollett, who sparked rumors he would be attending this year's NAACP Image Awards in Los Angeles, is a loser. The embattled television star was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in a Television Drama for his role as Jamal Lyon in the Fox series, but was edged out by Grey's Anatomy star Jesse Williams. Smollett has been nominated for the award 4 years in a row and won in 2017. The award was handed out during the untelevised portion of the show Friday night. The televised portion will air Saturday night. Why would you do that and not the other? I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, we already talked about the whole thing of, oh yeah, I hope he wins the award because he totally deserves it and all that shit. Oh, I never saw that before. There's a picture of Jussie Smollett in here. He's got a tattoo on his arm. It's an equal sign. Or it's a Roman numeral 2. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's an equal sign. Because he's for equality, I'm assuming.
Sure he is.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. You forgot to say Jussie Smollett, who's black and gay. That's his whole name.
Yeah. The
His
full
whole name is Jussie Smollett, who is black and gay. Scribe, try to be more polite.
I missed that day in kindergarten.
Like a Tribe Called Quest, you gotta say the whole thing.
That's right.
Tribe Called Quest.
Guys, that's gonna wrap up MSS News Time. Thank you so much for the donation submissions. God, I always get those two confused.
They are donations of a kind.
Indeed, they are. Three-sided coin. Thank you, Scribe. I sent you pics of the Dr. Pepper Museum.
What? Where? Oh, maybe in my email. Let me check.
Anyway, that's going to bring us to the YouTube time.
Nope, I don't see them. Three-sided coin. Where'd you send them? Let me know, because I don't see them in my tweets, and I don't see them in my emails.
There you go. Satsu, what'd you work on today?
Well, I was convinced that Squishy was off today, and I was wrong. So I got as much of the editing of the meatball sub video that I told you guys I was going to get done, and I completed it. But by the time I finished it, it was too late because I had to cook dinner and record the new video that I'm working on, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to upload it tomorrow. So that'll be uploaded tomorrow, the shortened version, and then the day after I will be uploading the full version for anybody who needs the whole thing with the explanations and everything. I wish I could have uploaded it today. I just didn't want to do it at like 8 or 9 o'clock because that was just going to be a pain. I tried to run some tests earlier, some test streams in regards to the game that we were going to try to play tonight, which is Sniper Elite 4. And I think I'm just going to have to stop streaming at 1080p. Unfortunately, like I'm just going to have to go down to 720 because I've been having too many issues trying to, and adjusting the settings is just not doing enough. So get a new computer or lower everything, which is unfortunately looking like the path that I'm going to need to take. So I would like to try The Division again at some point. I'll be running some tests at random times throughout the week just to kind of see if it works or if I can get it to work. But for the time being, we'll be playing Sniper Elite 4 after this. So come and check us out.
Yeah, that was so sad. Division is so fun. And what little we did get to play last night was a lot of fun, but yeah. Damn technology. There's something with the way Division is built, both 1 and 2, where it just uses up so much of your CPU it causes problems for streamers. I was reading about it today, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't realize how fucking large scale it is, but people who got fucking monster rigs are just like, yeah, this is a problem. And I'm like, oh, fuck, so it's not just me.
No, it's one of those games that pretty much you have to have the 2 computers set up from the sound of it. Scribbles, what'd you work on today?
Well, I was looking around for maybe something to work on, and I came across 2 different TED Talks.
Oh.
The first one, The Uncomplicated Truth About Women's Sexuality. Now, I find this one interesting. I've only watched the first minute and a half because that's all I needed to go like, this might be interesting. Because the speaker starts out talking about the differential in how often men can orgasm versus how often women can orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says that there are drugs that women can take to increase this, as though their sexuality was broken. But their sexuality is not broken. And I was like, no, wait. The number of orgasms you have is not a reflection of your sexuality. That's a reflection of your sexual functionality. What the fuck are you talking? And that apparently is the premise of her talk. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear where this goes. I can't wait to hear where you talk about like orgasm volume equates to sexuality. What? Anyway, so there's that one. And then the other one, again, like within a minute and a half or 3 minutes into the video, it's called An Architect's Subversive Reimagining of the U.S.-Mexico Border Wall. And he asked this question, like I say, about a minute in, he says, can a wall be architecture? And I was like, what? I mean, or is a wall architecture? Like, well, Is
Yeah.
it designed? Is it built? I mean, I suppose you could randomly have rocks fall from the sky and exactly fall into position to build a wall, and it wouldn't technically be architecture, but what the fuck are you
But
talking
it can
about?
be.
Yeah.
It may not technically be architecture, but it will absolutely be racist.
Well, I looked up the definition of architecture, and a wall, which, you know, if we're talking about a man-made structure, it is architecture. It is designed, it is built, etc. So, and doesn't say anything about the quality of it, but anyway, so I just like, so first off, the first video I looked at, the lady equates orgasm volume with one's sexuality. And in the second video, a guy asked the question, can a man-made structure be architecture? Like, where do they find them? And why do they send them to me? Anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. No promises if I'll make a video on either one of them, because you know this is the way things go. But yeah, TEDx country is a fascinating land.
All right.
What did you work on, Monkey?
Well, when we finished our game stream last night, I tried, guys. I tried to hang in there for a monkey in the morning, and I couldn't. At 2:00, it's like I either got to go live or to bed, and I went to bed. So this morning, after I woke up, I did a monkey in the morning this morning. Few people who couldn't get on normal times were able to, like Sinatra came and hung out with us for a while, and P-Dog. It was a good time. So check that out if you'd like to. And that brings us to the fucketry. The tree with so much fruit, we will never go hungry. The fucketry. Satsu, do you have any fucketry today?
I do.
What kind of seeds did you find on the fucketry ground?
Well, you remember that article that Forbes put out saying that Sekiro needs to respect their gamers and put an easy mode in their game.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Eric Kane, a senior contributor over at Forbes, countered that article and said,
Eric Kane's a decent video game reporter when he is.
Yeah, he said, no, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice absolutely does not need an easy mode. And the first paragraph in here is, my colleague David Thier is at it again, calling for From Software to add an easy mode to their studio's latest game. The irony, of course, is that the game is by default set to easy mode. So I just like the fact that not only did he write a counter to it, but he called him directly out, which has to be super awkward by the water cooler, you know. It's a pretty interesting read. He did condemn anybody who was further pushing the narrative of because of an article like this that game developers just suck at video games overall. Because he was like, I don't think that's a fair assessment. There are a lot of journalists out here who write really stupid ass articles like this, but that's not fair to the dedicated journalists out there who don't put bullshit like this out. Which there are some. We can't pretend like there's zero, because there are some people who put out relatively good reviews and articles that unfortunately don't get enough screen time, or I guess publicity, as some of these people who write dumb shit do. Monkey, you can get your super chat.
Terry says the game needs a journalist mode where the bosses kill themselves. Thank you, Terry.
That's right. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny. My white privilege was trending, God. And I thought that was hilarious. So I decided to add my contribution to the fray here, and I said, my black privilege is being able to racially attack whites and not be called racist no matter the context. I can also exclude them from anything and make any assumptions I want based 100% on their race and be defended while doing so. And yeah, that was pretty well received. It's getting a lot of hits. Outside of that, not a lot. Not a lot went on today. I just, as I said, when Swishy's home, especially now that she's pregnant, I try my best to give her as much attention as I can, and I'll sneak off to my computer every now and then and then she'll just materialize in my room, like, hi, and I'm just like, hey. So didn't get as much work as I wanted to get done today, but that's fine. I like spending time with my wife. So.
Aw.
Oh, gosh.
Scribbles, you're lonely as fuck. What'd you see for fuck?
Dude.
Pardon me while I go and slit my wrist.
God, I was not ready for that.
Fuck a tree today. Well, Sophane posted a picture of a pillow with his logo on it, and he said people can go punch this when they're mad at me. I'm going to put it up on eBay.
Aw.
And then I made I took that and I did a little photoshopping, and I put his logo on a couch, and I said, also available, so fine.
Oh, I see what you did.
And people thought that was funny because I'm funny.
That is funny.
That constitutes the entirety of my internet fucketry.
You could probably get that Sophane pillow to hug when you're lonely at night.
That's right. Or you can argue with it and pretend like it's Sophane actually showing up to a debate.
Well, here's the thing.
Can you hear the look on my face right now?
I can. I'm enjoying these moments. We're having these good moments.
What do you mean we, white man?
Whoa.
Well, I'm having fun. I was assuming you were too.
Well, you know what happens when you assume, monkey.
This is true. Yeah.
I'm still lonely. Yeah.
I'm so lonely.
I'm so lonely.
I'm sure there was other stuff going on. Let me see. We'll start with this one because I was on Monkey in the Morning when Beto, Robert Francis started his tweet spree today.
Robert Francis.
Yeah, it's his name.
I know.
And I can pronounce those. He tweeted a ton of shit, guys. Seriously. Like I say, he honestly did suggest that abortion is part of universal health care. But this is the one that it always makes me laugh when we hear stuff like this. And when we talk about combating climate change, it is important that this work ensures that every American benefits, including those poor and minority communities that have so often borne the brunt of climate change.
Yes, because the climate knows where the poor people live, and they make sure that they spend most of their time at those places.
Climate change chases down the poor and the minorities and oppresses them individually.
Yeah.
And being poor and a minority is synonymous, by the way.
Well, Beta here is going to fix that with his white male privilege. I'm not sure how, but he's going to do it, and he's going to fight climate change in a way that benefits all of us, y'all. It's going to benefit all of us,
even the privileged.
Yes,
that's not okay.
But he didn't mention them. He mentioned the poor and the minorities.
Yeah, which he's not.
That have so often borne the brunt. Man, I'm telling you, this dude's a coke addict. He's got to be,
or a Pepsi addict.
Maybe
he'll turn into a demon if he doesn't get one.
Oh, I see. I want to be sure that, because sometimes people worry about slandering other people. I want to be sure that when I say Coke, I am not talking about Coca-Cola. I mean cocaine, y'all.
Oh, okay.
This dude is a powder junkie, and I don't mean skiing.
But Monkey, on his first date, he played up El Paso like a tour guide.
Oh,
this dude is high constantly. There's no way he's not. But you guys, we didn't talk about it on this show, I don't think. Did you guys catch that after he lost to Ted Cruz, he went somewhere, I forget where, and ate restorative dirt?
What is restorative dirt?
It's dirt that rich white people are tricked into buying to eat.
Oh, restorative dirt. I thought it was like dirt that's been like filtered or something. It's been restored.
No, it's dirt that rejuvenates you.
I see.
And after he ate it,
I'll be right back.
Sure, sure. After he ate it, he brought it back to his family so they could have some too.
Oh, good.
So the whole family could sit around and eat dirt together.
He's a dirt hunter.
Magic dirt. Yes, old grouchy gamer. I am not making this up either. I'm not. I know I just called him a cokehead, but I am not making this up. He ate magic dirt. And he's admitted this. And he is running for president, and he has a decent chance of winning the nomination. It's so sad. Because white girls everywhere are just losing their shit for Beto.
Losing their shit for Beto.
They are. But the major fucketry I saw today was, of course, hashtag my white privilege. So I don't even remember what I was doing. I was minding my own business. I came back to Twitter and I see this trending. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so I had to go over there. And at the time, now it's become much of a joke. A lot of people have been, sharing this. Like, my white privilege story is that if I go in the sun, I get sunburnt. That is literally the only thing I can attribute to my white skin.
Yep, I made that joke too.
So you got a lot of people making jokes like the Jesse Smollett one that Satsu read just a little while ago. But when I first started reading it, I mean, most of these people were being serious.
Yep.
There was actually a woman on there who said that, and this is her white privilege, y'all. She had 2 children, and when she said she was in pain, they believed her.
What?
Yeah, that was her white privilege.
Saying I'm in pain and people believing you is a white privilege.
Yep.
Okay.
There was another one who said that they had they'd been pulled over for drunk driving. They were obviously horribly intoxicated. They had an open container with them. The cop just dumped out the open container and told him to go home. This whole hashtag, and I put this out there, is the embodiment of I'll take shit for that didn't happen for 100, Alex.
Yeah.
Because in this case, guys, when the police pull you over, they have to radio in for safety that they're pulling somebody over. And if that cop lets you go and you killed somebody just down the street, they're going to be on the hook for that. This is shit that didn't happen. This other woman, I can reach into my coat and a cop won't think it's a pistol. Like, not if he's got a gun drawn on you, bitch. I mean, oh man. Just read through. It's like, this shit doesn't happen. This is bullshit you guys made up or try to make your lives sound better so that those magical internet Negroes will like you. That's you, Satsu. So do you like them? Do you like them more for admitting their privilege?
No. I just read one that says, my white privilege is that I'm able to have a relationship with my cousin without there being a problem or dealing with consequences.
I really wish I'd this woman, I've gotten out of 3 tickets. Yeah, that's women can do that. All women have titties and all women can cry. That's female privilege, lady. But I wish I'd have saved some of these before this blew up, because yeah, they're mostly jokes now.
Yeah, a lot of these are like hilarious. But there are some people on here. What was really funny is the one that I saw. Somebody said, "Hey, how about instead of posting all of the things and the benefits you got from your white privilege, you spend time sending money to people of color?"
Oh, right.
Nice.
That didn't have a lot of responses.
I like this one. Watching the willful ignorance and white fragility in the responses to hashtag my white privilege tag. Because this has become a thing now too. People whining about people making fun of this stupid shit.
Mm.
You guys have brought up Sofane. Sofane even tweeted out, the centrists are so triggered over this. No, we're laughing at it. Laughing. you remember when laughter was allowed?
No.
Now laughter is triggered.
No, it's only triggered when it's convenient.
The self-loathing you have to unironically answer this stupid fucking tag. And this was a Twitter moment for a while, guys. I don't know if it still is, but this qualified for a Twitter moment.
Well, I'm just wondering how many of these people have started shelling out cash, because I'm about to drop my PayPal in here.
You should, man. Look, guys, if you feel like you've benefited from white privilege, then you should definitely give Satsu money because he's not white. Share that white privilege, y'all. By the way, Satsu, could you share some of that with me?
Share some of my black privilege, Richard.
Share their white privilege with me, man. Let's see. I was caught a lot of shoplifting when I was younger. Even when I was caught, all I got was a slap on the wrist, but nobody was watching the white girl in the polo shirts. They were too busy scrutinizing the Hispanics and the Latinx. Well, then how'd you get caught? Nobody was watching me, even though I got caught. Where's this one? Called the police in Alston, Massachusetts when I lost the key to my bike lock. White firefighters showed up, didn't ask for any ID, proof that the bike was mine, or proof that I lived at the address, and cut the U-lock off without question. When I was younger, I got pulled over by a cop for suspicion. Oh, this is the one of drunk driving. I was definitely over the legal limit. I had an open beer in the cup holder. This was in a city, Providence, Rhode Island. The cop dumped the can of beer on the ground and let me go. Bullshit. The fuck he did. Police raided my house looking for my black boyfriend. Just found me and my weed. Tried to get me to put it on him. I got drug court and no record. He'd been sent to prison.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, all this white privilege going on. I was pulled over for DUI, 85 and a 55, reckless driving, 16 total tickets, refused breathalyzer, weed and bowl in my pocket. At the station, no cell, no drunk tank. Once the paperwork was done, bonded myself out with $100.
wow.
Oh boy.
Nicholas Daly, thank you so much. Funny how all the non-ironic ones are white chicks. Hashtag female privilege.
What's really funny. Oh, wait, hold on. First off, here's the post that I would put up. I put my PayPal and I said, "Feel bad about your white privilege? Your tweets are worthless. Put your money where your guilt is."
Yes. Yes. Let the white privilege can
I'm about to get a new computer, guys.
There you go. Oh, Grouchy Gamer, thank you. Propping up Monkey's white privilege. Now, this one is really good because this comes from Sarah. This is Sarah. Kicking a cop after he threw me on the ground and then getting in his face after I escaped my handcuffs.
What the fuck? That's your white privilege? What happened
That's
after?
your white privilege,
Yeah,
man.
what happened next? That's like one of those memes where it's like, to be continued.
Frosted Glass, that is an excellent question.
Frosted Glass, thank you. Why don't these people just turn themselves in? I know, right? Well, because there's probably white judges who would just let them go anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Kicking a cop. Bitch, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
If you did, what happened next? You went to fucking jail for assault of an officer.
No, I tweeted about it because this happened 5 minutes ago. Oh, man.
Renewing my green card, I was seriously taken from the back of the hours-long line and put directly in the interviewer's office. I thought I was in trouble for something, actually. It scared me. In and out in 15 minutes. It wasn't until I was leaving that I realized it was my white privilege.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it wasn't until after the whole process was done that I was like, "Oh no!"
She didn't go, no, these people were in front of me. Help them first. No. Oh, I'm done? All right. Yeah, you should have helped them first. What a cunt. As a teen, I spat in a cop's face when he broke up a party I was at, and all he did was drive me home and tell my mom that I was a troublemaker.
How come all of these are related to police encounters?
This is Sav, is the person who wrote this, whose Twitter handle, I'm not making this up, is 2 fat cocks.
Right.
Every interaction I've had with the police has ended with a light warning, a friendly chuckle, and 0 physical or psychological consequences. Even broke the law in full view of a cop and talked my way out of it to the point where the cop apologized. Hashtag white privilege. That was Jill. How was Jill? So here's the moral of the story, guys. If you're in trouble with the police, have a white girl talk to them for you.
Yay! Or have Michelle Obama's personal assistant call them for you.
Or if you're trying to write a really bad SJW movie, have these people tell you about their fake experiences. My white friend reversed down a highway off-ramp because he took the wrong exit. I was freaking out in the passenger seat. Cop stopped us, reprimanded my friend for his stupidity, and told us to get a move on. So there you go, guys. If you suffer from white privilege, remember, send Satsu some money.
That's right.
All
these bitches need a visit from Anne Frank's stepsister.
Call back.
I will absolve you of your guilt. Just give me money.
That's right. Yeah, that is the majority of the stupidity. I was with the family a lot today, which was nice because I don't get to do that much, but my body is wrecked. My white privilege and all. Oh my godness. My godness. My godness.
Oh my godness.
This one is actually from yesterday. I think this was after we got off the air. Amy Siskind. For those of you who don't know her, she used to be a hardcore Republican, and then Donald Trump got elected, and now she's to the left of the Krasensteins. She's a hardcore Trumpy hater. And she tweets out this is how we started off Monday. Ideally, the New York Times would apologize for mischaracterizing a letter from Barr and playing into a narrative which days later was revealed as disinformation. That won't matter, but given the time we are in and attacks on the truth, facts matter. What she's talking about is the New York Times cover story from Monday that said Mueller finds no Trump-Russia conspiracy. And on that same page, still above the fold of the New York Times, they actually quote what the report says. It says the investigation did not establish that members of the Trump campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in its election interference activities. It literally said what the New York Times got one right. But Amy Siskind thinks that it's disinformation. It's a mischaracterization that was proven to be false in her mind.
What was again? I'm sorry.
That Mueller finds no Trump conspiracy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, and she even screenshotted it. She could read it. It's right fucking there. But yeah, she thinks that they need to retract it because she doesn't like it.
That's right.
And then finally tonight. Now, I talked about this one this morning, so if you guys are listening to that, you're getting a little bit of redundancy here. This is a story in the New York Post. It was actually 2 days ago, and it was sent to us, and I kept meaning to get it, and we haven't got there yet. So Fed up parents are sending their teens to adulting class.
Oh, right.
And high school students in Kentucky get a chance to go to this special course, where they learn to pay bills, cook for themselves, change tires, and interact with officers during traffic stops. And this all came about because people had been complaining on Facebook about how their kids don't know how to do anything. And this woman came up. Now, good for her for seeing a need and filling it. But she saw these people complaining, and I should put together a class, and she did, and now people are doing it.
I'll take advantage of this stupidity and make a buck off of it.
If your kids can't do something as simple as, say, changing a tire or cooking for themselves, teach them. I'm just saying. Satsu, you're supposed to check your PayPal according to Sinatra. Yeah,
Okay.
I have no problem, with this kind of class because we've stopped teaching this stuff in school. I mean, a lot of this should have been covered by like home ec.
Right.
I mean,
we talked about this before.
Yeah, but this woman has come up with a way to take what we used to have that worked seemingly well and change it. But at the end of this thing, it says millennials may lack certain skills because they're living at home for longer, CBS News reported. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, in 2015, 34% of Americans between 18 and 34 still lived with parents, compared to just 26% who did the same in 2005. Okay. There's been a 9% increase in the number of kids 34 or below still living with their parents.
I'm sorry. I got the donation from Sinatra.
Do you want to read it out?
Forgive me and my ancestors' whipping, Sir Darky.
Jesus.
Shit. Oh no.
That's all right. He was making things right.
Hey, that's not enough to absolve you, but I appreciate it.
That you all your ancestors, man. That's a lot more than that. There's not a problem of parent or kids living with their parents. That is not the problem. Because even if your fucking children live with you until you die, the problem is that you haven't made them be adults.
Yeah,
they can live with you, and you can still make them be adults.
Isn't it hilarious though? It's like you're a functional adult, and presumably you can do all of these things, but you're like, it's outrageous that the schools aren't teaching my child how to do all the things that I do daily. But I refuse to teach them how to do.
Well, excuse me. In the story, because they're actually talking about teenagers in most of this story, and then they jump to the 18 to 34-year-olds still living at home. So it's kind of disingenuous with what they're putting out there. Corey, thank you. When I was in Prague, I had to find stuff from this little corner store and cook myself a meal for 3 months. Grow up. Well, yeah. That's look. If you're living at home, make your child cook, make them pay rent, make them live just like adults. When you cook for them and take care of all their bills and do everything for them, then yes, they're not going to know how to do it because you're still doing it for them. You're still treating them like a child. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. Where they live is not the problem. Well, maybe it is because it makes it too easy to let them become adults.
I feel like it's the opposite, though. The longer you spend time around people who know how to do those things, the better chance you have to learn them. If you were out on your own, you had to figure it out on your own, then that's different, because there ain't nobody there to literally just tell you everything. But if you're at home with your parents, you could literally ask them on any given day, hey, that thing that you're doing right now, can you show me how to do it?
Well, see, that's the problem. See, here's the problem with that. And I agree with what you're saying there as they're adults. But how about when your son is 12, you'd be like, hey, come over here. I want to show you how to cook this.
Yeah,
in case one day you have to do it.
Right.
That's where the parental responsibility comes in.
I just love how, what was the old cliche? You know, the parents leaving their kids home with the nanny or something to basically raise them when they were children.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have to pay somebody to teach them how to be an adult. I also particularly love that there's now an industry around teaching adults to be adults. And I praise anybody who has found a way to monetize teaching someone else's adult child to be an adult. Congratulations.
Well, I have the monkey teach you how to be an adult class.
Yeah.
For the low price of $1,000, I will kick you in the crotch, slap you across the face, and tell you to grow up. And it'll be helpful to a lot of people. It really would.
I should sell an online course. Like, here's how to balance a checkbook. By the way, do not buy what you cannot afford. Oops, I gave it away for free. My bad.
Mike says, my mother had to chase me out of the kitchen. I always experimented with food. Most turned out edible. Well, it's really not hard to make food. When people talk about I can cook, anybody can cook. Anybody can cook. Now, being able to cook food that people can eat is a different story. But
if you can follow a recipe, you're pretty much in decent shape.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, if you have a microwave, you can cook for yourself, for fuck's sake. But anyway, yeah, I saw that and it's like, really? Ryan says your motivational speaker tagline, you need to grow up since your life makes me sad. No, what was it? Helping you help you.
Helping you help you.
Helping you help you by paying me to help you.
No, that last part, that's in small print at the bottom.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, it's just helping you to help you. The ranting monkey. Just tell us a dad joke. I'm not as big on dad jokes as like Scribe is. And
isn't that ironic?
Indeed. Advice: get lots of ramen. That's not bad advice. One, it's cheap, and two, it's really easy to make. Monkey who's white and heterosexual. That's correct, guys. Yeah, it is chat time. I'm already reading you guys. Chat time. Questions, comments, concerns, statements, anything you want to throw out there. I will do my very best to address everything. Which, don't get mad at me because I stay where the questions are, and I often end up like 5 minutes behind you, and I'm so sorry. But it's because I'm trying to be fair to everyone. Toasted Network says, when will Ilhan Omar criticize Palestine for how they treat citizens? She won't. It's not in her interest to do so.
I'm sorry.
Are you?
My sister burnt no-bake cookies, says Diesel Dave. Thank you so much, and ouch.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Well, you can leave them in too long.
In where?
In the no-bake. Oh, no-bake. Oh,
wow.
Did he say no-bake oven?
The no-bake oven.
I am done.
I need a no-bake oven now. Where can I get a no-bake oven?
Good night, everyone.
Fuck
Satsu
all y'all.
has left the building.
In the pan too long when you're because you boil that stuff before you pour it out, and yeah, you can boil it or burn the fuck out of it. I haven't done it myself, but I know people who have. Where are we at? No, you're fine. You're fine. I stepped all over myself on that one. Toasted, that may be the quickest you've ever gotten the same question in twice. Wow. Lords of the Night, did you see the fucketry on Twitter today with your boy Pat taking on some pro-choicers? I saw a little bit of that. There were some people upset that Pat suggested using a condom properly will keep it from busting, keep it from not working. And here's the stats on that. A condom, when used properly, has a 98.5% chance of working, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It has less than a 2% chance of failure. But condoms have and I'm using air quotes here because I still think most of this is bullshit, a 15% failure rate, which means at least 13% of it is people not knowing how to use a fucking condom. It's not the condom's fault. It's dumb people. And the whole point of that was still, I mean, that women have a ton of choices to use different kinds of birth control before getting pregnant. And everybody, well, condoms don't always work. That's always the refrain. Condoms don't always work, man.
What kills me though is a lot of times I've actually seen like people being interviewed or being questioned about that. They're like, "Well, condoms don't always work." Well, were you having a were you wearing a condom when you got pregnant? No. It's like, why is that a defense for you then?
I was talking to a friend of mine whose daughter got pregnant when she was 15, and she goes, "They used a condom." I said, "Oh, really? How do you know that?" And she goes, "Because she told me." I said, "And she wouldn't lie to you?" She goes, "Well," I said, "Look, me and my wife told her mom we'd use the condom, and we sure as fuck did not." And she goes, "Yeah, me and my husband didn't either." Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's amazing how many people lie about that. And I'm supposed to believe. Look, I've said this before. If condoms failed, if they were as bad, if they had as bad a track record as people say, they would not be allowed on the fucking market.
Mm-hmm.
Can Scribe say goat throttle?
Yes.
There you go. Did you hear that Sue is no longer the largest T-Rex? I don't know who Sue is.
I forgot about this fucketry because the channel got the page got deleted.
What's up?
The post where somebody said people need to stop defending Mayor Pete because he's a homosexual man. Pete Buttigieg doesn't show any overt gay pride on his Instagram, and in 4 years since he came out of the closet, he hasn't posted any pictures of him attending a pride parade.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
this is required of you.
Yeah, it is. You must literally. If you are not performing as gaily as you possibly can in every scenario, then you can't actually be gay.
What is it overtly? Is that sucking a dick in public?
I guess. Dude, that shit blew my mind, and people are upset. The person deleted their shit, but it's just like, really? Like, Will Smith ain't black enough. This dude ain't gay enough.
Yeah.
Fucking somebody of the same sex isn't enough anymore. Like, you're not really gay.
Overtly gay.
Yeah. You don't go to gay pride events and
so that's amazing to me. It's like you're not gay if you don't go to gay pride events. Like somehow you're betraying your sexuality or something.
Well, you're supposed to have pride in arbitrary things. If you don't have pride in it, then how could you? It's like, God. Come on, dude.
Yeah, a guy I've never heard of before. This Pete Buttigieg, right up there with Beto O'Rourke in my book, is like, who?
He's not gay enough.
He ain't gay enough.
The UFO answer over on Streamlabs. Thank you. Who should get more jail time? Smollett for filing a false hate crime report. Kamala Harris for severely delaying the release of proven innocent men in prison because it would make her and the DA department look bad. Harris. I mean, what Smollett did is no small thing. That he stoking the fires of hatred is not a good idea, but doing the same while imprisoning men falsely, that's 100 times worse. Absolutely. Let's see. Where is that at? If evolution is true, why are there no fossils? There are fossils. There's just missing links in the fossil record.
Why are there no fossils?
I'm not convinced. I believe in evolution the way they suggest it happened, and they actually think they just found the missing link.
One of them, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, like less than a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I still think we're all just slightly different animals that were shot here by aliens to see what would happen with us all on this planet. Kind of the South Park thing, but without there actually being like a television thing watching it. Everybody just kind of landed here. Do you think, no, that's not that one. Will Sassy try to make Spotted Dick? Satsu, will you try to make Spotted Dick the British food?
I didn't plan on it.
Monkey got a shirt that says "I'm Dick Trickle." No,
What is with all the monkey dick? What?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Have you guys seen the story about men? Story, I'm guessing, about men in their 30s not having sex. Yes, that was yesterday, day before. I've talked about this many times, man. People need to have more sex.
Yeah, they do. Oh.
And I'm dead serious when I say this. I think one, there are proven health benefits to it. And two, I think the world would chill the fuck out if everybody just got laid more.
Yeah.
We had the sexual revolution, and then everybody's like, that makes my dick itch. I don't want to do that anymore. And now everybody's all uptight. They make creams for most things. They've cured the death part of AIDS. You'll be fine. Go out there and fuck. No one taught me how to change a tire. I figured it out on my own. It seemed obvious to me. Am I just smarter than these new adults? Some people don't like to try things they haven't been taught. There's the idea of learn by doing, and a lot of people are not comfortable with that, especially with something like changing a tire, where you could actually fuck up your car if you do it wrong. Jack's not in there right. It drops on the ground. You've just fucked up the rotor, and now you got to pay for an even more expensive problem. Or you don't put the tire on properly, forget to tighten the lug nuts, and suddenly you come to a stop sign and your wheel goes rolling down the road behind you or beside you. That's happened. There's YouTube videos of that shit out there. It's not that hard to do, but some people are like that. Toasted ass, doesn't Palestine use aid money they got on bombs and terrorism, put their military base in kindergarten and hospitals?
What?
Dude, I'm not standing up for Palestine. If you want to know why Ilhan Omar isn't blasting them, ask her. I can't speak for her, dude. I mean, I'm not sure she can speak for herself because she's an idiot, and even Nancy Pelosi said she doesn't know what she's saying. But I can't answer that. I just can't.
Look, I'm still flattered to this day that he thinks we know so much. It's a compliment.
It is indeed. Lords of the Night, is it a good thing I got followed on Twitter today by Modern Medusa? Sure. She's a nice enough chick who shows her ass a lot.
Lots of titties and ass in your feed. Yeah. There you go.
Little nigga says, niggas notice me, or nigga notice me. You are noticed, my friend. But I am not giving you money for my white privilege. What I'm doing for my white privilege is sending people to give money to Satsu for my white privilege.
Yes, we're using our privilege to elevate the lifestyles of minority people.
Of the black and not famous enough.
Yes.
That's right.
Wait, if they discovered a new T-Rex that's bigger than Sue, how did I miss this? Was Sue like the biggest T-Rex before?
I suppose so. I don't know.
I don't follow archaeology that well.
Paleontology, monkey.
Alientology. Terry Diamante says, but his name has butt in it. How much more overt does she want him to be? Reno says it's like going to a gay church. Yes, I'm not sure what we're talking about, that it's like that, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Pride Parade, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. I said the same thing your boy Pat did. Why am I not getting any credit?
What happened?
I don't know.
About the abortion stuff? Or a comment in chat, I don't know.
Hashtag black privilege.
I haven't addressed anything or that Pat has said yet, have I?
I don't know.
So
something earlier about what he was talking about on Twitter.
Well, Pat made fun of me making the Perry Mason joke, but
yeah, I toasted. What are you talking about? What did you say that you didn't get credit for? And who didn't give you credit?
I don't understand.
Gay must tell everyone all the time that they're gay. By the way, I'm gay. I didn't know that was in the rules. I thought it just meant having sex with people of the same sex, so I apologize. What does a dog do when they get near you? They get happy like dogs do when they get near people.
They doggy doo.
Thank you, Chicago Mike. Since I'm Hispanic, I'm giving money to the white guy. Satsu will get money on Monday from me. Oh, thank you so much.
Since I'm Hispanic. Okay.
Well, it's like a privilege circle. It's the circle of privilege, Simba.
Circle jerk? What?
Well, yeah, but that's not the polite name for it.
Oh, okay.
Where are we at down here? Scrolling. Sorry, guys. My dreams are ruined. No motorboating. What? Why can't you motorboat chat more?
Chat more? What?
Well, I'm sorry. It says chat more. My dreams are ruined. No motorboating. And I feel like I missed part of the conversation.
They want to motorboat chat more. Well, I'll refrain from commenting.
Blunty Blunt says, I'm bisexual. They kicked me out of LGBT because I married a man. I'm white and conservative. But you're the B. It's right there in the fucking name. You know what? You need to be more overtly bisexual. So what you need to do, in your case, see, I know how to solve this problem. Have lesbian sex and put it onto the Twitter.
Oh, you need to go to a bi pride march.
Do they have those? It is fucked up.
If they don't, they should, and we should start them. We should start.
It is fucked up because gay people seem to hate bisexuals, and I don't know why.
They're fence sitters.
Kind of.
You know what? We should have like one big march just for everybody, like literally just everybody. Just call it like "fuck pride."
The fuck pride.
Fuck pride. We just like fucking. It doesn't matter, which particular types of people we like, but we just, yay, fucking.
Hashtag fuck pride.
Hashtag fuck pride.
Fuck pride. Yeah. Jack Gunsky says, why can't the Democratic Party stop being so fucking corrupt?
Politics is corrupt.
Politics is corrupt.
Let us not attribute it to one party over the other. They're all fucking corrupt.
Yeah. Define corrupt, and we'll talk about it. For every missing link discovered by simple math, 2 missing links emerge. I'm not sure that's how it works. If you find the missing link, then there's no more missing links.
Yeah.
Anyone on Lords of Night ever play a tabletop game called Massive Darkness? If not, you should. It's fun. We played it for 7 hours today. I've not played it. I haven't played a tabletop game in forever.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years for me. I don't think I've heard of that one, but there are a lot of tabletop games out there. So,
Lords of the Night, would you box Beyonce for $25,000?
Box? Oh, like actual boxing? Oh.
I don't hit women, so yeah.
Oh.
Monkey.
That's what? Okay. That's a dude. I don't care what anybody tells me. Will Satsu make faggots, aka British meatballs?
Good luck naming your video that one.
What makes it a British meatball?
I don't know.
Its name is Irate Bear.
It's got no flavor.
It makes your teeth fall out.
RJ asked me, "What's the weirdest shirt I've bought?" I don't buy weird shirts. I buy t-shirts. If I buy a dress shirt, it's a pretty. I'm vanilla, y'all. I'm boring. I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. This is one of those questions that I can't answer because of the delay between where I'm at and where the chat is. Said, wouldn't that be cultural appropriation? Maybe. What were we talking about when you wrote that? Celtic Mandalore, other than boring Iron Man suit, what sci-fi armor would y'all like to have? Oh.
Sci-fi armor?
Hmm. I don't know. That's
Sci-fi armor.
Yeah, you I'm trying to think of sci-fi armor.
Well, the suit of armor from Wolfenstein: The New Order, the one that sort of like ratchets. It looks kind of like Iron Man armor, but it's a bit more utilitarian. That looked kind of cool.
Warframes. That's what I want. Warframes. Just the technology in general.
The Nike was it Nike shoes that instantly tighten onto your feet from Back to the Future? Does that count?
It's a kind of armor, I guess. Sort of.
It's foot armor.
Yeah, sure.
And at this point, we should have that already. Did you see Fat Pat's tweet directed at Sofane earlier this week? I saw Pat directed something at Sofane. I've seen several, so you'd have to be more specific. Why can't people have a mature conversation on abortion?
They can. It's just that many of them are very much zealots about it. The ones you hear about, or the ones you hear from, are the people who are quote unquote outspoken about it, and the outspoken ones generally are very militant, one way or the other.
Point curation, thank you. Sci-fi armor, Beetleborgs rules, summons villains. Beetleborgs.
Oh my god.
My daughter loved Beetleborgs.
Beetleborg.
Why can't? But as to why can't people have mature conversations? It's a very emotional conversation. Monkey wants everyone to be hoes. What's new? I don't want everybody to be hoes. I want everybody to fuck. You don't have to be a hoe to fuck. I'm not a hoe. I fuck. Scribe, what's the best way to improve story writing?
The best way to improve. Well, first, revise. A masterpiece is never completed, only abandoned. So, the other thing too, as practice, try to emulate an author you like. Just not something you'd publish or something necessarily, but just like if you like H.P. Lovecraft, for example, just try writing a story in that style. Some of the best writers, took their inspiration from, well, other writers. So actively inspire yourself by trying to mimic another author. And I don't mean by like literally rewriting a story of theirs, but try to write as though it were a story they wrote. I've done that a lot with Lovecraft stuff, and I always find it a very interesting mental exercise. Like, okay, pretend you're Lovecraft writing this story for a second. How would he phrase this sentence or this incident or whatever? There's a little story I made for Halloween this past year. I posted a reading of it on my channel, and that was me sort of mimicking Lovecraft. You'll find that if you open your mind up to different ways of thinking about how you're writing, you'll end up writing differently and better, and you'll learn some things. There's this great movie, I think it's called The Score or something. It's the Gene Hackman movie. It's like a burglary movie anyway. I might be getting the name wrong, but anyway, there's this great part where somebody asks him like, that job that did that one place. How did you do that? Nobody could figure out how to rob that place. And he says, well, I imagined a guy smarter than myself. Then I asked myself, what would he do? I love that quote.
Thank you, Non-Vita Rex. I think George Lucas put the lie to that saying, Scribe.
Masterpiece never completed, only abandoned. Well, that's the thing. George Lucas didn't work on his shit.
The problem there is that sometimes you can keep going too much and you ruin something good.
Well, also, you don't let other people do the editing for you, which is what he did with the very first Star Wars movie, which saved it. So.
The best way to improve your story writing, be honest about it. Put it down, come back to it a week later and read it, and be honest about what you're reading.
Yeah, revise.
Yeah, it's really hard to do it when you're first writing it. But yeah, Adam and Eve were supposedly created from God's own being, which would make them brother and sister. They then had kids. Am I the only one who thinks the Christian faith is based on incest? They were created from the ground, actually. They were from
it was
clay.
Clay, yeah.
So they weren't brother and sister.
Well,
but,
no, Adam was the clay, and then Eve was his rib.
It was made using his rib, sure.
Yes.
But yeah, they weren't brother and sister per se. Now, when it comes to the fact that they only had 2 boys, you figure the rest out. Little nigga says, Ranting Monkey, I just want your love. You got it, sir. I love you, man. And he also says, Satsu, since you're black, want to share privilege together?
I guess.
Let's see, Monkey. I'll keep track of the Cubs game this season. Oh, cool. Let me know how they're going because I don't get to watch very much of it. God damn it, chat just jumped. They know what I'm doing. This takes me so long to find where I was. Assholes. YouTube, fix your shit. I changed a tire at the age of 22 in my high heels. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, you should thank him for that. You really should. Because apparently a lot of people don't do that. Satsu, have you seen Overlord?
Nah, bruh.
Lords of the Night, is there a birthday treat you wish you could try?
A birthday treat I wish I could try?
Like cake?
Lilith LeVay, the porn star.
Fact check, mostly true. Monkey doesn't know much about Palestine, but this needs context. Oh, you're talking about what Toasted had said? I know quite a bit about Palestine. For instance, that Palestine is not an actual place. I mean, the way that people talk about it, it's not a country. It was a region that they just have decided now it's a country because Jews live there. When I was arrested, I smarted off to 3 cops. And on the ride up the beat, they shot out of me. What?
I'm confused.
When I was arrested, I smarted off to 3 cops, and on the ride up, they beat the snot out of me. Okay. That's it. It says shot.
White privilege.
White privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah, your autocorrect fucked me up there, Evil. Jesus. And I'm bad enough at reading. Okay, that's a repeat of that question. How do we get rid of these people so America can be great again? You don't have to get rid of anyone.
No. America's great because there are people we disagree with. And can do so legally and safely most of the time.
What will make America great again is an insistence on free fucking speech.
And Moonbase.
Yes. So I got a donation over here on the Streamlabs. I've changed a tire a few times, but my car insurance tow package has a tire change included. So fuck it. I make them do it, and it's usually minus 20 degrees when it occurs. Am I wrong? No, and that's from the UFO answer. Thank you so much. No, you're paying for a service there. If that wasn't included in your stuff and you were paying somebody like $50 to come out and do it on a sunny day, I'd be like, you're probably wasting your money. But if it's included in your package, fuck yeah, take advantage of it. Have you guys heard of IRL Rosie? She makes Scamming the Scammer videos. Oh, yes. Why do I know her? I recently
From YouTube, probably.
Oh, yeah. Toasted Network says, I said on Minions of the Zoo how just use a condom and no one gets pregnant in accidents, and they said I'm an idiot. You'd have to ask the Minions about that. See, Toasted, this is one of those things you do that I gotta help you on. And I'm trying to be helpful here. I'm not yelling at you. Direct your questions to the people who can answer them. Because this is about him, why didn't anybody give him credit? I wasn't watching Minions of the Zoo. I have no idea what went on there. So if you have an issue with what did, you have to talk to them because I don't know.
Well, and it's probably because if you read that right, then that statement's false. Using a condom doesn't guarantee you're not going to get pregnant.
It's true, it doesn't. But Frosted Glass. So is being gay like being a cop, where you have to tell someone if they ask? Yes, there are under if you're gay and you don't tell everybody when they ask, you're undercover, and that is that's entrapment. And finally, Jar Jar Binks, thank you. Well, I see by the title, Monkey and Satsu must have a gentleman's duel. May the most entitled privilege win. He wins, man. Us cripples, we don't get no respect. No respect. Stairs are still a thing, man, and that they need to be outlawed.
So
Hashtag
sorry.
outlaw stairs.
Do I understand you and Sats are now going to go off and kill some Nazis?
If everything works out, we will be killing Nazis in just a few minutes over on 2 Cents Plus, playing Sniper 4, which I've only played a couple of seconds of. And Satsu, you played 4 before, right? Or have you only played up to 3?
I've played up to 3. I don't think I've ever played 4.
So it'll be a brand new experience for everybody, guys. You want to come see us suck live? Come do it over here in just a few minutes on 2 Cents Plus. Scribbles, you don't have a familiar with the matter this weekend, correct?
No. But next Sunday, at least tentatively, we'll be doing mall security with Professor Chaos.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Thanks for your generosity tonight. I'm glad you've made your white privilege my white privilege. In all sincerity, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than I can say. Speaking of non-Vite Rex, God, all I'm saying is the SW Special Edition shouldn't have happened. Star Wars Special Edition.
Empire was good. The Empire one wasn't so didn't have anything outlandish in it. The first one,
They changed very little of Empire.
Yeah, which is what they needed to do. They needed to make it subtle, but they didn't do subtle with New Hope, which was the problem.
Just cosmetic and Jedi. They just did a bunch of
Han shot first. Fuck those.
But yeah, thank you for your generosity. I really do appreciate it. Scribbles, Satsu, thank you guys for joining me. Everybody, we will see you next time. Your lives make us sad. I almost forgot it. Bye, guys.
Wait, did you say suck live? Are we going to prove that we're gay?
What?
Yeah, are you going to a parade first?
The fuck?
You said you could watch you and Seth suck live.
That's what you said.
I said that like 2 minutes ago. You, thank you. My Flint's still trying to repeal public sodomy laws. Oh, my Flint is okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.